Money makes the world go round, yet it can't buy happiness. Cash is king, yet the root of all evil. Striking a balance with your relationship with money is not easy, and being smart with money doesn't happen naturally. It's a skill that is taught, learned, and hopefully retained. Our job here at Alux is to ensure that we teach you as much as possible, and we value your continued support. Please give this video a like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification to stay up to date. Today's lesson is all about the 15 things people who are smart with money don't do. Number 1. Pay full price. We've all seen it at one point or another. Someone bragging about their latest big-ticket item that they needed so badly they paid full price just to get it first, and then tell the world how much they spent, like it's some kind of flex. Look, there are a few issues with this behavior, like insecurity, but we're talking about what people who are smart with money do, and those people shop around. Someone with money smarts will compare options to find the best deal, and if they don't see a better deal, rest assured they will negotiate one. Paying full price just screams dumb money. Number 2. Upgrading just because. There's absolutely no problem with upgrading something, but it's a waste of money to upgrade just for upgrading's sake. If that new purchase is going to benefit you or make your life or job easier, then it's a good idea. However, if the upgraded benefits are minimal, then skip it. It's not worth the additional financial strain for something that doesn't bring that much improvement to your life, and certainly not if the motivation for the upgrade is to Number 3. Keep up with the Joneses. Dr. Seuss aptly said, "Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter and those who matter don't mind." Right, so how does that apply to finances? Aluxers trying to compete with people that mean nothing to you is a waste of time and money, both of which are precious resources. People who are smart with money don't part with theirs in an effort to impress anyone, especially not the Joneses. Mind your own business and let them mind theirs. You'll both be better off. And Aluxers, if you want some help understanding what it means to mind your own business, why not revisit a classic, Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad? You can get yourself a free download from our friends at Audible by going to Alux.com/freebook. Number 4. Buy friendship. You know that girl that always wants to buy a round of drinks for everyone at the bar, or the guy who insists on paying for everyone's entry to the club? Sure, maybe these people are just hella generous, but more often than not, they're only spending money to earn status points among their group of peers. We're not saying you should never foot the bill for you and your friends, but people who are smart with money understand there's a time and place for it, and know what it looks like to be taken advantage of. Number 5. Leverage affection. We've already spoken about buying friendships and keeping up with the Joneses, so what do we mean with affection? You might be in a relationship that's not doing so well. You feel anxious or worried that your SO is going to up and leave, so you start buying their affection. You spring for expensive dinners, gifts, or whatever else you believe will make that person stay in the relationship. Okay, 2 problems right off the bat. Firstly, anyone staying in the relationship just for their own gain, i.e. the recipient of your gifting, is just a shitty person. And secondly, the relationship will never work if you have to buy it. If it's that important to you, rather spend that money on therapy. At least that's a productive choice and one that will leave you better off, even if the relationship doesn't last. Number 6. Do it purely for luxury. Yes, you heard that right, and no, we're not playing. Something many people don't understand is that billionaires don't get private jets just to take selfies and have an insta-dopamine hit. No, they're smart with their money and understand how much saving time means saving money. There's a difference between luxury and convenience, and billionaires know this. Sure, private jets and helicopter rides to the airport might seem extra, but in actual fact, it's pure convenience buying you time. And okay, maybe a little luxury every now and then. Number 7. Choose cheaper alternatives. You loved our video 15 things you should not spend money on, where one subscriber, the Colonel Bilbaox, mentioned it was a video they could really relate to. They said one of my rules is to buy the best you can afford and take good care of it. When it comes to buying cheaper alternatives, we all know the risks involved. It doesn't last as long, the return policy is flawed, you need to replace it sooner than you would normally. But as the Colonel Bilbaox said, you buy the best you can afford. Number 8. Waste energy. Our homes use a lot of energy, and spending an astronomical amount of money each month for that power usage is not smart. Instead, people who are smart with money have switched to energy-efficient alternatives ages ago and continue to stay on top of their usage. And while we're not suggesting you pour thousands of dollars into solar or converting your entire abode to green energy, we do suggest making small changes to start saving a little extra each month. Your wallet and Mother Earth will thank you. Number 9. Buy into hype. How many people saw the value of Bitcoin rising higher and higher, then sold their house to invest in crypto when it was at an all-time high? Look, if your weird uncle knows about it, it's already too late. By the time something reaches hype status in the mainstream, people who are smart with money have been there, done that, and are looking at what's coming up next. Smart people don't buy into hype, they create it. Number 10. Add-ons. It's time to say a hard no to add-ons of any kind. Car salesperson asks if you want paint and fabric protection? You say no. Flight attendant asks if you'd like to purchase extra baggage allowance? You say no. Extended warranty on that new laptop? You say no. Your kid asks for extra pocket money? Nope. Okay, maybe just kidding on that one, but you get the gist. Number 11. Buying versus renting. We released a video last year highlighting the pros and cons of buying versus renting, and we shared with you that so many people are opting to rent rather than buy a home. Renting gives people flexibility, plus you don't need to worry about every minor or major repair needed. We get that there are different circumstances, making each rental unique, but the same applies when you purchase a property. You could spend a fortune and then down the line realize you've ended up with a lemon. Number 12. Mistakes. Right, so what do we mean here? Often, people will try to do a job themselves, either because they're trying to save money or they're trying to save face. Whatever the reason, it often ends in failure. After the failed task at hand, it's now time to call in a professional. Now, not only do you have to pay for the job to be done, but you've wasted your own time, money, and dignity. People who are smart with money do not need to pay someone to fix their mistakes. They lean into their strengths and outsource their weaknesses. Number 13. Believe in state-sponsored retirement. This one right here could be a rude awakening for anyone over 50, but people who are smart with money know that state-sponsored retirement funds are not the saving grace they've been touted to be. According to a 2020 study from Fidelity Investments, 46% of Americans are at risk of not being able to cover their living expenses throughout retirement, which means a lot of people are putting their faith in the government to take care of them when they're old. But are you really that confident it'll play out that way? Because we're not. People who are smart with money don't spend it on retirement. In fact, many don't ever plan to retire at all. Instead, they focus on building everlasting wealth. Number 14. Diamonds. Netflix released an episode of Explained a couple years back that delved into the world of diamonds, everything from why and how they became a status symbol right through to blood diamonds. Millennials and those smart with money are steering clear from diamonds. This money claims that by buying diamonds, you're actually delving into an unregulated market. It's risky, and many opt to rather use that money for experiences, deposits on property, or studying. Number 15. Buy the first house they like. Hey Luxers, we get it. Being in a position to finally buy a home for yourself is exciting and definitely a reason to celebrate. But people who are smart with money never immediately buy the first home that checks all their boxes. Money-wise individuals will strategically make offers on 10 or more homes, often well below the asking price in order to get the best deal on what they want. And before you say lowballing a seller is rude, it's not. If the seller isn't interested in the offer, everyone can carry on with their lives. But sometimes that lowball offer is accepted, and people who are smart with money understand this. Alright, Aluxers, we hope this list has provided some insight into areas of your life that you should definitely not be spending your money on. We appreciate you showing us that value by clicking like, subscribe, and hitting the bell notification for you to always be alerted when we release a new video. Now we're curious, have you ever thrown money at a problem hoping it would just go away? Did the problem actually go away? Share your experience with us in the comments. And of course, you stuck with us until the end, we've got a bonus for you. Smart people don't buy into small thinking, small talk, or small ideas. When you find that you're doubting your ability, remember the Jan Kooms and Howard Schultzes of the world. Koom is the Ukrainian-US immigrant who started WhatsApp, and Schultz, who grew up in a housing estate, went on to open Starbucks. Make those 10x goals and go after them with everything in you, Aluxers, because you've got what it takes to be successful, and we're behind you 100%.